Thank you, and very ably done, Mr. Interim Chair. Um, Mr. Tell, let's talk about a wastewater treatment project that involves the state of Mississippi and the state of Tennessee. As everyone knows, Memphis and Shelby County amount to one of the largest metropolitan areas in the country and certainly the largest in the state of Tennessee. Just below Memphis and Shelby County is DeSoto County, Mississippi, one of the fastest growing counties in Mississippi, included abutting the state line are the cities of South Haven, Horn Lake, and certain unincorporated areas. About 48 years ago, a wastewater treatment facility was federally funded addressing the wastewater treatment needs in both of those areas. It was funded to the extent possible based on population numbers from the Mississippi area as well as the Memphis area. Some years ago, the folks north of the state line brought a suit and asked that the Mississippi customers be excluded from that treatment plan. This went to court. We didn't feel it was fair, but the federal judge ruled that the Mississippi areas, South Haven, Horn Lake, and certain unincorporated areas, have to get on their own water treatment system by the year 2031. Only way we can possibly do that is to look, as this metropolitan area did 50 years ago, to the federal government. The Army Corps of Engineers is a valuable part of this new project. Can you please commit to me that the Army Corps of Engineers do everything possible to assist the DeSoto County Regional Utility Authority, known as DECRUA, in building a new wastewater system before this judicially imposed 2031 deadline?
Senator Wicker, thank you for the question. It's an issue that I have familiarity with from both sides of the state line. In 1992, Congress began authorizing the Corps of Engineers to take on projects generally described as environmental infrastructure. These are not the traditional navigation, flood control, aquatic ecosystem restoration types of projects that the Corps of Engineers has done, but it's had a great deal of interest from the Congress. I think that's going to continue, and I certainly commit to work with you in an area in DeSoto County, Shelby County, that I know well, to make sure that we get it right and we can facilitate, to the degree that we're able, DeSoto County's ability to meet the directive of the courts.
I assume that if this project isn't done by 2031, the federal judge will not decree that sewage be start to run in the streets of DeSoto County, Mississippi. But we're going to try to, with your help, we're going to try to comply with this. Let's talk about the Bonnie Carey spillway. We've already talked about how long the Mississippi River is and the Missouri River. 31 states contribute to what runs by the state of Louisiana and Mississippi as it gets almost to the Gulf. By the time it gets there, it's full of bacteria, nutrients, fertilizer runoff, sediment, and other things that leads to algae blooms in the Gulf. When the water gets high, there are a number of spillways that can be opened to prevent flooding of a number of very important areas. In 2019, though, the Bonnie Carey spillway was opened for a total of 123 days. It spilled into the Mississippi Sound, a salt water important area for fishing. Changing it more into a freshwater is hugely damaging, costing many, many jobs. We can't possibly have this happen again. There are times when the spillway can be opened, take some of the fresh water into a saltwater area, but not that much. Will you agree that the Army Corps should include stakeholders such as the Mississippi Sound Coalition and stakeholders in both Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi in a comprehensive study of which spillways are open?
Senator Wicker, I would gladly take input from stakeholders. As you rightly point out, there are facilities up and down the Mississippi River from Birds Point to Morganza, and then the spillway of last resort, of course, is the Bonnie Carey, which diverts water into Lake Pontchartrain and ultimately, as you say, into the Mississippi Sound, which affects the ecosystem there, the commercial ecosystem, as well as the recreational ecosystem. These are the types of trade-offs that we have to discuss when we talk about operating the Corps of Engineers' many facilities. Preventing a flood upstream may mean effects, as you describe, on places like the Mississippi Sound. It is very important that the Corps of Engineers has clear input from stakeholders from across a waterway, from up and down, to understand the impacts. These are complex systems of systems, and we could use as much input as we could possibly get to try to make sure that we get the balance right.
Thank you for that answer. And Mr. Chairman, I realize we've gone over, but it is a matter of thousands and thousands of jobs up and down the Mississippi River. Thank you.